team, it's Leah, and I am so excited to take us through a foam rolling session today. This is like having your personal masseuse wherever you go. All you need is a mat and a foam roller, and ready or not, let's get started. So we're gonna start with the foam roller on the mat or on the ground, and we're going to sit on it, and we're doing our left hip first. So plant your left arm on the ground, plant your right foot on the ground for some stability, and then we're crossing our left leg over our right knee, okay? And then we're just gonna gently roll up and down over our sit bone, all the way up to our SI joint, okay? You feel that? We wanna focus on the meaty tissue, so not necessarily rolling over any bones, but we're rolling over the fatty tissue and fascia in our bodies, okay? So what I like to do is start off with this one, and we're rocking back and forth, and then I gradually turn to the side. So feel yourself turning to the side, getting the outside of your hip. Awesome. Woo! It kind of hurts, right? It hurts so good. This is good. And then I'm going to show you just a little of each area that I foam roll. But if you're on your own and you have an area that's like really problematic or hurts a lot or needs more attention, pause the video, focus more on that area and spend more time there. On the outside of my hip, I feel a little extra tension. So sometimes it's good to rest on that area, to go back and forth, to wiggle a little bit. If you wiggle, it's almost like that vibration motion. It's like moving your muscles and tissue and fascia in a different way. So it's really helpful. I also like to pinpoint an area, and then you can kind of floss and move your leg in a way that, again, extends and moves that tissue in a different way to help it move a little bit more fluidly. Woo! Okay, good. Let's switch to our right side. Left foot on the ground, right foot over your knee, and then we'll just gently rock back and forth, leaning a little bit toward the right side. So you're on your sit bone, and that's all the way to the side joint. And then gradually rotate to the outside. I'll tell you, the first time that I ever foam rolled was after college. It was 2 years after college. I saw a physical therapist who told me I needed to start doing this. And it hurt so bad that I didn't do it again for 2 weeks. I did one session and I was like, that was the most painful thing I think physically that I had done, which is ridiculous. But if this is your first time, it hurts to start, and the more you do it, the more your muscles will ease up, and they'll be able to relax as you do this a bit more. And obviously, like, the foam roller is going to get your fascia moving better, your muscles moving better. The more you do it, you could also think the more you wear out this foam roller, so it gets softer if you have a new one. So there's many reasons why you should keep doing this. It's also really relaxing. I actually used to foam roll before bed at night. So it's a great time of day to do it. All right, I'm feeling a little tension in the outside of my hip. So I'm kind of just flossing my foot up and down and extending my leg, and then do a little like wiggle. And you can also come all the way onto your stomach and onto the front, and then roll up and down on your hip flexor. And again, you can wiggle on this. You can just lay down and breathe into it. Sometimes that's really, really helpful. Just relax your hips, relax your body. Even if it's painful, just kind of like letting go and relaxing into it. Breathing into your nose, out through your mouth, very calmly, slowly, gently, intentionally. Very, very helpful. I didn't get my left side, so I'm hopping onto the left side right now. Good. Woo! You can kind of wiggle on here a little bit, get the front of your body loosened up. Okay, good. Now, we are going to do our hamstrings. So, let's start with our left hamstring, and then we'll start with anchoring our right foot on the ground, and then propping ourselves up onto our hands, and then you foam roll up and down the belly of your hamstring. How does that feel? Are we good? Is it a little painful? It feels okay. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna rotate to the inside. So just gently rock back and forth and start to turn your toe and your leg in, okay? So now we're getting closer to our adductor. The more you turn, the more you're gonna hit your adductor. Man, that is a stabilizer. Oh, every step we take, we're using our adductors to stabilize our gait. So they're working hard and they need a lot of attention. Woo, it hurts so good. Okay, now we're gonna rotate to the outside of our leg. Okay, and we're gonna hit more of our IT band. Okay, and again, if you feel like there's an area that's like really knotted up, you can kind of wiggle back and forth or extend your leg, kind of move it around. It doesn't always have to be this like up and down, forward and back motion. Let's switch. Right hamstring. So left leg anchor to the ground. Prop your hands up so you're off the ground. And then we'll roll back and forth on our hamstring. Good. Back and forth. Try and breathe in, and as you breathe out, just relax into this, especially if it's a little bit uncomfortable. You want to relax and not tense up. Okay, now I'm rotating my foot in and rolling it up and down my adductor. Let's do that together. Good. Nice and slow and steady. Good job. All right, now we'll roll to the outside into our IT band. Good. Woo. Okay. Now we're gonna roll the outside of our hip and IT band. So, this one is a little bit more advanced. It's just a little bit more, you need some stability. So I like to anchor my right foot on the ground, left arm on the ground. You can go down to your elbow. And then we're gonna roll all the way from our hip down to the top of our knee. So I'm gonna move this down a little bit. So roll all the way down to your knee, all the way up to your hip. Nice, steady, slow movements. Good. And again, if there's like an area on your IT band or this anywhere in this area that feels knotted up or lumpy, you can go back and forth with your foot like this and just like floss that area. Good. And then we're gonna rotate our bellies and our faces towards the ground to get our quad. Good. So nice and slow. Don't forget to breathe. I like to breathe in through my nose, out through the mouth. We can do that together. So breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. You can really get in tune with your body and your movements if you sync your breathing with the foam rolling. So let's try it. So breathe in through your nose as you come up, and then breathe out through your mouth as you come down. So it kind of slows it down. And then as you breathe out, you can really feel yourself relaxing and melting into the foam roller. Now we're gonna do our adductor again. So only have your left quad on the foam roller, and you can move it down closer to your knee. And then you're gonna rotate your foot out, your left foot out, so that the foam roller is on like the inside of your knee, the top part where it attaches to your adductor. That hurts, but it's a hurt so good feeling. And then we're just rocking up and down. You can move your leg if you don't want to move your whole body, or you can move your whole body up and down and kind of crawl on the ground. Good. And we can hang out here for a second. You're like, no, move on. This is definitely a good area to work on for runners. All right, we're switching legs. Are you ready? You're like, thank gosh. So, I'll face this way. So right leg on the foam roller, left foot anchored on the ground, and then we're just going up from our hip down to our knee, up and down. Sinking breathing. Good. And now we'll start to rotate towards the ground. And you can leave your left foot on the ground, or you can pick it up completely and put both quads on the foam roller so you have full body weight. Good, and then let's touch upon the adductors. All right, right leg on top of the foam roller. Bring it up to your knee, and then you can wiggle your foot up and down, or if you want to get a deeper movement and mobility in that adductor, go all the way up and down from your groin to your knee. Woo! Wiggle a little bit. Good. Good job. Woo! Okay. Moving on. Now we're going to do our calves. So slide the foam roller to right above your knees. And then what we're going to do is we're going to prop ourselves up on our hands and then roll back and forth. If that's too hard of a motion or too painful to have that much pressure on your calves, what you can do is let's do our right calf. You can put your left foot on the ground and then roll up and down on your right calf. And then you can adjust the pressure depending on how you're feeling with this. But again, I like to do the belly, kind of like with our hamstrings. It's the belly first, all the way from right below your kneecap to your Achilles and soleus. Go up and down there a few times, and then start to turn your foot out and get the outside of your calf. And then rotate your toe in, and then go up and down kind of along your shin bone. Woo! The inside's always a little bit more tender for me. How about you? Yeah? I can just like see you nodding. All right, let's switch to the other calf. Roll all the way from your Achilles to the bottom of your knee. Good. And then we'll go out to the outside of our calf. Woo! And then rotate in. And again, if you find an area that's a hot spot or just needs more tension, pause the video and take more time on that area. Roll it as long as you want, as long as you can tolerate. Super helpful. Now we're gonna get more the outside of our legs, okay? So, you can have both feet up on the foam roller, and if you do, it looks like this. But if you're new to this, or that motion's just too advanced, you can, let's see, we'll do it below. You can put your right foot on the ground, have your left leg on the foam roller, and then go up and down with as much or as little pressure as you can tolerate. And then we're gonna gently rotate forward. So I know it's like it might feel awkward at first, you'll get the hang of it. I like to do both legs for more pressure because I've been doing this for a while. And then you just gently rotate forward. Woo! Good. We'll switch to the other side. Again, you can put one leg on the ground to anchor you and go up and down with as much or as little pressure as you can tolerate. Or just go for it, full send. Bring your legs up and down. Rotate towards the ground. And really don't roll on your shin bone. That's something to really be aware of. Just the meaty tissue, okay? All right, good. And then, last but not least, our back. So we're gonna foam roll from our neck all the way down to our hips, okay? So neck really down to our pelvis and the thigh joint. But what I really like to do, it's very relaxing to sync your breathing with the foam rolling movement. So we're gonna breathe in as we roll up and exhale as we roll down. So breathe in and exhale. Two more. One more. And then we're gonna roll all the way up to our neck and put our butts down on the ground and bring our hands down beside us and really turn your head side to side and kind of like dig in to the foam roller and let it release tension at the bottom of your head and your skull. A lot of times that area gets super tight from working at a desk or having your arms up here working at a computer. I don't know whose arms are way up here, but like working at a desk and kind of having your shoulders roll forward. This whole area gets tense. Whew, and you just breathe into it. And exhale, relax. Just hang out for a moment. I'm listening to the wind chimes of the birds out here. It's really relaxing. Or painful, or both. Okay, one more thing with our back. We can do a little bit of a thoracic cavity release. So, put the foam roller under your shoulder blades, not directly beneath them, but like down below them. And we're gonna inhale through our nose and lean back. And exhale out through your mouth and come up. So mobilizing our T-spine. Okay, and then you can roll up so the foam roller's between your shoulder blades and do the same thing. Great. And then I just like to roll a little bit more. Woo! Okay. One more thing I forgot to tell you that's helpful for our hips is bring the foam roller under your hips, like above your pelvis, so it's not just on the bone, right above it. And this is just a nice position to just stretch, relax. You can kind of rock side to side. This is like stretching out and releasing your lower back, which is really, really helpful. If you want, you can bring a leg up. And just roll back to release. Woo! Okay. That's it for today. That's our foam rolling session. Use this as a tool or resource in your pocket whenever you need to relax, whenever you have tension in your body, even in your mind, when you have tension in some area or soreness and you just have to work it out. I highly recommend foam rolling after taking an Epsom salt bath. If I've coached you before, you know I'm a huge fan of Epsom salt baths after hard workouts, after hard races. If you're really cold or you need to relax at the end of the day, really good to Epsom salt bath. You can foam roll after. It's like having your own little spa day. It's so helpful, so good for recovery, and so good for our health in general. So thank you for showing up today. I'm Leah, and you know where to find me for our next session.